The lessons from Jalen Hurts serve as inspiration for Alabama players, including Jalen Milroe. Hello guys! Jalen Hurts' reflection on his journey from the Alabama Crimson Tide offers profound lessons in perseverance and adaptation in the world of American football. His role on the bench during the national championship game, where he was replaced by Tua Tagovailoa under Nick Saban's leadership, could have been devastating for any player. However, the way Hurts faced this experience is a testament to his class and resilience. Before the news, subscribe and keep receiving updates from Bama. After transferring to the Oklahoma Sooners, Hurts found a new lease on life under Lincoln Riley's coaching, reviving his career with an offensive onslaught. Now with the Philadelphia Eagles, he shares his approach to each season as if he were a rookie, a mentality that requires diligence and patience in all his actions. It's crucial to understand your teammates, Hurts noted recently. Observing their strengths, weaknesses, and their mental state is fundamental. This involves spending time together, training, and building lasting relationships. And surely Milroe has the admiration of the players. This also reminds a bit of Hurts' story. In his 5th season in the NFL, Hurts faces his 4th offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys and Los Angeles Chargers. After a season marked by highs and lows, including a disappointing playoff game against the Buccaneers, Hurts, who recently signed a significant contract extension, is determined to overcome challenges and return to his best form. Hurts' journey hasn't been easy. He's faced speculation about injuries and the departure of his former offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson. However, he deeply understands the relentless nature of football, where results are all that matters. Recalling his initial impact at Alabama, where he nearly captured a national title, Hurts knows what it's like to feel the bitterness of defeat. However, it's his response to these tough moments that defines his character and determines his path to greatness. And look at this recruiting story, how interesting. Alabama Crimson Tide's pursuit to flip 5-star recruit Naeem Offord, a standout talent from Ohio in the class of 2025, is gaining attention in the college recruiting landscape. While Offord initially committed to the Buckeyes in February, recent reports indicate that the Tide is emerging as a serious threat to lure the Birmingham, Alabama player closer to home. According to a detailed report by Steve Wiltfong of On3, Offord has made several visits to Tuscaloosa in recent weeks, which are influencing his consideration for a change. Wiltfong, known for his deep analysis in college football recruiting, highlighted the growing connection between Offord and Alabama's new coaching staff as a crucial factor in this potential turnaround. Alabama, that relationship with the new staff is really starting to improve, noted Wiltfong, indicating that the recent interactions between the Tide and Offord have been positive and are impacting his decision. Previously, there were speculations about other schools like Oregon being significant competitors before Offord's recent visits to Alabama's campus. However, the progress in interactions between the player and the Tuscaloosa program is shifting the narrative, as observed by Wiltfong. While it's evident that there's still work to be done to convince Offord to change his initial commitment, Alabama's persistence in building strong relationships with the player shows they are determined to compete for one of the top talents in the class of 2025 recruiting. According to On3's rankings, Offord is rated as the 8th overall recruit, the 3rd best cornerback, and the top player in his state, further underlining his significance to any college program that secures his signature. Anyone who loves Alabama certainly has admiration for Tua Tagovailoa. Speaking a bit more about Tua Tagovailoa, Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, recently benefiting from a massive 5-year contract extension worth $275 million, with $200 million guaranteed, sparked reactions in the world of American football. Among those asked about the deal was Tua Tagovailoa, former Alabama quarterback and current starter for the Miami Dolphins, who is involved in contract extension negotiations with his team. Tagovailoa, whose health and postseason performance have been subjects of discussion, offered a concise response to the question about Lawrence's contract. "The market is the market," he said after practice. The Dolphins player is gearing up for the final season of his rookie contract, after having his healthiest and most productive campaign in 2023, amassing 4,624 yards and 29 touchdowns in 17 starts. His performance earned him a Pro Bowl nod. As discussions about his contract extension continue, Lawrence's deal with the Jaguars adds a new element to the drama. The Dolphins' decision regarding Tagovailoa's contract seems to be influenced by various considerations, including his recent achievements and the stability of his game. It's evident that both quarterbacks are at crucial moments in their careers, each navigating the complexities of the market and performance expectations in the NFL. A game of impact in 2024 for Alabama is against Georgia. The showdown between Alabama and Georgia has been highlighted as the most impactful game of the 2024 college football season, according to College Football Focus. With significant conference realignments and the expansion of playoffs to 12 teams, the season promises to be full of epic and decisive matchups. To start, Texas and Oklahoma entering the SEC, along with UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon joining the Big Ten without divisions, is creating an intense competitive dynamic. These structural changes not only intensify rivalries between teams but also elevate the importance of regular season games. The game between Alabama and Georgia stands out, as both programs have been dominant and are traditional rivals in the SEC. Scheduled for primetime on ABC with College Game Day in attendance, there's high anticipation surrounding the matchup. Georgia, in particular, enters the season with extra motivation after missing out on the playoff last season, ending their pursuit of a third consecutive title. Quarterback Carson Beck leads the Bulldogs, considered a strong Heisman Trophy candidate even before the season begins. On the other hand, Alabama is determined to show it remains a force in the SEC, even without Nick Saban at the helm. Quarterback Jalen will need to adjust his game after losing key pieces on offense, but he has a solid group of running backs and a strong offensive line to support the team. In addition to the Alabama-Georgia matchup, other notable games were listed by College Football Focus, including Georgia's visit to Texas and a neutral site game against Clemson. Teams like Texas and LSU are also slated to face challenges outside their conferences, highlighting the diversity and competitive level expected throughout the season. With so many changes and heightened expectations, college football fans can anticipate an exciting season filled with decisive games that will shape the sports landscape throughout the year 2024. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment.